Welcome or welcome back. This is your curious European friend, and today we're looking into what it means to be a Canadian beyond the usual stereotypes. So let's go ahead and find out.
Happy Canada Day, everyone! A day that we usually celebrate with some classic stereotypes about maple syrup and saying sorry.
But this year, we're going deeper. We're asking what it really means to be proud of a country that's both beautiful and complicated.
So stick with us as we explore the good, the tough, and the truly great parts of what makes Canada, Canada.
Across the country, Canadians head to their cottages and backyards with the maple leaf waving in the wind while grilling Alberta beef and apologizing if we accidentally set off the fireworks too early.
Sure, we're known for maple syrup, beavers, moose, and saying sorry way too much.
But there's much more to us than stereotypes. So today, we're breaking it all down. What makes Canada great, the history of Canada, the controversies that challenge us, and of course, the great Canadians who make us proud. Let's kick things off with the good stuff. What actually makes Canada so darn great?
Well, for starters, Deb, we've got insane natural beauty. Think about it. The Rockies, the Atlantic coast, the Northern Lights dancing
Insane.
over the Yukon. Add in the world's highest tides at the Bay of Fundy, polar bears wandering Hudson Bay, and more beavers than a lumberjack's wildest dreams.
And let's not forget our lakes. Canada has more lakes than any other country on Earth, and we hold 20% of the planet's freshwater reserves.
Guess that's why we're basically born with a canoe paddle in one hand and ice skates in the other.
We're also one of the most diverse countries on Earth. Over 200 languages are spoken here.
Really? Over 200? I did not know that. I didn't know Toronto, if it's not at this point in time, it was one of the most multicultural city, right? So I guess it's not too much of a shock, but over 200 that's crazy.
And more than 20% of Canadians were born abroad.
It's a place where you can eat chicken poutine, hit a pride parade, and then catch an Italian festival all in one weekend.
And Canadians are seriously innovative. We gave the world the pacemaker, insulin, the snowmobile, and yes, the zipper.
And don't
I had never thought about that. It's good to know, I guess.
forget the Canada arm, our giant space robot arm that fixes satellites like it's doing an oil change at Canadian Tire.
And we invented basketball. Sorry, America, Dr. James Naismith was a Canadian.
Our comedians, they're legendary. Mike Myers, John Candy, Jim Carrey, Catherine O'Hara, Eugene Levy. The list goes on and on and on. In fact, it's as long as a winter up here.
Canadians have a sense of humor and a sense of humility. And free healthcare.
True, we complain about it nonstop, but try taking it away and you'll see the fastest national uprising since the last Oilers playoff heartbreak.
Plus, we've got a parliamentary system that doesn't crown kings or give them a gold-plated throne.
We're also known for our peacekeeping. Our blue helmets are recognized and respected worldwide.
And we constantly rank among the top countries for quality of life, happiness, and safety.
From multicultural festivals to hockey games where we still apologize when we score, it all makes Canada, Canada.
Is that a joke, or do you actually apologize? I guess not, right? But that would be something.
Canada Day was originally called Dominion Day until 1982.
And since then, we've grown into a big, weird, beautiful patchwork quilt. But as much as we love a good birthday party, this day isn't sunshine and sparklers for everyone.
For many Indigenous people, July 1st represents the start of land theft. Residential schools and policies that...
Wait, let's back up a second. So I'm wondering if Canada Day is kind of like our King's Day that we have in the Netherlands. So for us, it's we celebrate the king's birthday basically, and then that's King's Day. And then we go out. We have our own traditions, so we go out on the street, festivals. People wear orange, and yeah, you just party. I usually don't because, yeah, I'm not really into all that, but that's what most people do if they want to do that. And so, yeah, I wonder if Canada Day is that kind of like your way of celebrating Canada, because I didn't really know that much about it yet. But that's what I'm gathering from this video, I think.
Tried to erase their culture.
In 2021, there were widespread calls to cancel Canada Day after the discoveries of unmarked graves at the former residential schools.
Communities across the country held vigils instead of fireworks, and it was powerful.
It was, I do remember that. Some people see this as an attack on Canada Day, but honestly, we think it's an invitation to make the holiday mean something deeper than barbecues and beer.
To understand that celebrating doesn't have to mean ignoring the tough parts of our story.
We can love this country and also push it to be better. That's the most Canadian thing ever.
Yeah.
And now it's time to celebrate the true stars, the Canadians who define us, inspire us, and make us proud to say, yep, they're ours.
Starting with the legend himself, Terry Fox, the Canadian hero.
I did a video on Terry Fox's story if you did not see it. So I do know now about his story. It's really inspiring.
He set out to run across the entire country on one leg to raise money for cancer research.
He didn't finish that run physically, but he finished it in spirit, and he inspired a nation to pick up where he left off.
Terry showed us what real courage looks like, to keep going even when the odds are impossible, and to turn personal pain into hope for others.
Today, millions still run in his name every year, and his legacy has raised over $1 billion worldwide for cancer research.
Terry may be gone, but his spirit runs stronger than ever.
And then there's John Candy, the man who made the world laugh
I didn't know about him.
until they cried. From planes, trains, and automobiles to cool runnings, he's the ultimate big-hearted funny guy.
Then there's Leonard Cohen, poet, songwriter, and king of making us cry into our maple lattes. Hallelujah still hits everyone.
Celine Dion, she didn't just teach us that our hearts...
She's Canadian? Celine Dion is Canadian? I never knew
Go
that.
on.
That's crazy.
She taught us that belting in your car at full volume is basically a national sport.
Viola Desmond, a civil rights pioneer who challenged segregation in Nova Scotia and is now on our $10 bill.
And Dr. Frederick Banting, who co-discovered insulin and saved millions of lives.
And of course, Gord Downie. He wasn't just the lead singer of the Tragically Hip. He was Canada's poet laureate in a jean jacket and unofficial soundtrack.
When Gord was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer, he didn't step away quietly. He went on one last tour, his final gift to Canadians.
The final concert was in Kingston in 2016, and it was like no other. The CBC literally preempted the Olympics so all of Canada could come together and watch. Whole towns stopped. It felt like the entire country was holding hands, singing along, and saying goodbye together.
He spent his final years advocating for Indigenous rights and reconciliation, showing us that music can be more than entertainment. It can be a force for change.
And then there's Neil Peart from Rush, the quiet legend. He battled the same brain cancer but chose to keep it private. The professor behind the drums, a lyrical genius who shaped rock around the world.
Two Canadian icons, one who shared his journey loudly and bravely, and one who chose quiet dignity. Both deeply Canadian in their own way.
Their stories remind us what it means to be Canadian, to keep moving forward, to support each other, and to leave a legacy bigger than ourselves.
So here's to Gord and Neil, and to all the artists and quiet heroes who were the soundtrack to our lives and make this country feel like home.
All right, cue the montage. Let's take a moment to share the famous Canadians that have helped to put the Great White North on the map.
So Dave, we've covered the beauty, the brains, and the big-hearted celebs, but one thing Canadians are especially known for? Being peacekeepers.
When Canadians show up, it's to help, not to take over.
That's kind of what I gathered so far from looking into these things, all these different videos and topics, is that Canadians seem, humble, proud of their country, at the same time not afraid to acknowledge what could be better and working on that from a place of love and just wanting to improve, and also to set an example, like with the whiskey war, for example. So I really appreciate that about Canadians.
From Vimy Ridge and Juno Beach to Bosnia and Rwanda, we've always stepped up.
It's about putting on that blue helmet and standing up for people who can't defend themselves, choosing diplomacy and compassion over ego.
Sure, we've got flaws. We've stumbled, we've learned, but that willingness to show up for others, that's peak Canada.
So here's to all the Canadians who've served, who keep peace, who build bridges, literally and figuratively.
We see you and we thank you.
But what really defines us as Canadians, Dave?
Well, for starters, we say sorry a lot. Sorry about that. We apologize in traffic, at Tim's, even when someone bumps into us. And at Costco, we wave each other on in the politest parking spot war on earth.
We even stop traffic for Canada geese crossing the road. It's true.
We're obsessed with poutine, butter tarts, ketchup chips, Nanaimo bars, beaver tail.
I want to try all those things. At some point when I do get to go to Canada, I'm definitely doing that. Like there's Tim Hortons around here, but I don't think they have like the usual things that they would have at your Tim Hortons in Canada. So I was thinking about making a video, but then I looked at the menu and I don't think it really matched up with what you guys have. And also, I'm not sure about the reputation of Tim Hortons nowadays, because I kind of went online to some research, and it seems like there's kind of a love-hate relationship going on, where some of you guys say that it was really good, but now it isn't, and you shouldn't go there. So, yeah, I don't know. But when I do get to go to Canada, I'm definitely trying these things that they were just talking about. Like, I really want to try poutine and those beaver tails, especially. Like, they look so good.
And back bacon. Basically, a sugar high in national form.
And we're polite, but tough as nails. We hold the door open in a blizzard and still get to work on time.
We're so polite, we'll offer you the last Timbit, even though we 100% wanted it. And we'll leave it there all night, just in case someone else might want it as well. Nothing says Canadian like passive-aggressively starving ourselves out of courtesy.
So whether you're watching fireworks, paddling a canoe, arguing over the last butter tart, or just chilling with a Caesar in hand, take a moment to think about where we've come from, where we're going, and the kind of Canada we want to keep building together.
Because Canada isn't perfect, and that's okay. Our strength is in how we keep trying, learning, and showing up for each other.
Right now, more than ever, we need to stick together. We're facing real challenges. This world feels more divided, with Trump constantly threatening our sovereignty and trying to bully us.
It's time to put left and right aside and remember we're all Team Canada. We can't let outside forces divide us. We fight, we protect each other, and we move forward as one country, united.
It's okay to question our leaders. It's okay to speak out and stand up. But we can't make it about tearing each other down. Trump knows that the more divided we are, the easier we are to control.
So let's make a pledge today to stop the angry rhetoric, to stop calling each other snowflakes or maple magas, and start calling ourselves what we really are.
Do you call yourselves that? What is a maple maggot?
One big, messy, proud family of Canadians.
We fight, we protect each other, and we move forward together. That's how we keep Canada strong and free.
So let's stand together, celebrate each other, and keep building a Canada that we can all be proud of, no matter which side of the rink you started on.
And hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss one of our rants or deep dives.
And don't forget.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the end, but I feel like what they said at the end really summed up what I also think of when I think of Canada. Like I said earlier in the video, you want to improve genuinely and are not afraid to look at your country and think like, oh yeah, this might be some place for growth, and then you just tackle that together. That's what I think of anyways when I think of Canada. And yeah, like I said, trying to improve not only just Canada, but set an example for the rest of the world, helping others. So yeah, I love that. And I think they're spot on with what they're saying, to stand together and see yourselves as a unity. And I think that not only goes for Canada, but if only the whole world could see that, then it will make the whole world a better place. But anyways, let me know what you thought about this in the comments below. If you agree, if you have any other things that you want to point out, then let me know.